Hi everybody, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Today we're talking about cabbage, and I have a list of tips and ideas for using cabbage. Hopefully this will help you out. Now, if your grocery budget is short these days, and a lot of people are suffering in many ways from that, buy a head of cabbage. A head of cabbage it's one of the most frugal fresh foods you can buy in the grocery store. A large head of cabbage can be used in a number of ways and meals, from salads to main dishes and side dishes, all types of things, and a little bit goes a long way, so it's a good buy for you. Try adding some shredded cabbage to your next green salad. Try a different type of slaw by combining some shredded cabbage with chopped papaya, pineapple, red bell pepper, and a sprinkling of chopped cilantro. Dress it with a combination of pineapple juice, a little lime juice, maybe a little olive oil, and a pinch of salt. If you want to add a savory flavor, you could also add a little bit of ground cumin and then leave out the oil and salt if you prefer. Cabbage is a very forgiving type of food in the sense that you can prepare it in advance and keep it in a covered container in the refrigerator. I'm talking about raw cabbage for sure. And if you prefer to prepare your fruits and veggies on the weekend and so you have it ready to go on weeknights, include cabbage along with that. It will work for you that way. It will lose some of its vitamin C content from having been cut in advance, but otherwise it will hold up. Some people shy away from eating cooked cabbage because it can be strong flavored and on the sulfury side. Well, a tip for you on there would be to cook it for a short amount of time in the least amount of water possible so that it's not mushy. If you cook it to the point where it's really soft, yes, it's going to get a stronger sulfury type flavor. Whereas if you cook it briefly, so it's just only fork tender at the most, it will not have that strong flavor, and it will have a nice little crunch to it, and it will be very palatable. If you enjoy wraps, try using the outer leaves of the cabbage in place of a tortilla shell. It would work. If you've ever cooked red cabbage in water, you know that that red pigment is going to leach out into the water, and it's going to have a bluish type of color to it. To preserve that pretty red purple color that's in the red cabbage, add a little bit of acid to the water. A little vinegar or a little lemon juice will work wonders in helping to retain that pretty color that's in the cabbage. For an oil-free way to enjoy some sauteed cabbage, heat a skillet up with about 5 tablespoons of broth or water. That's roughly 1/3 cup. And once bubbles start to form, add your shredded cabbage and place a lid on the pan. Cook it for roughly 5 minutes and stir it often. You don't want to cook it too long, only until it's just barely fork tender. Then remove it from the heat and serve it. For some added flavor and crunch, try using some shredded cabbage in place of shredded lettuce on a sandwich or a wrap or a tortilla, something like that, and it will add some crunch and extra flavor. 1 pound of fresh cabbage will yield about 6 cups when shredded, so a little bit does go a long way. 1 medium head of cabbage weighs about 1 3/4 pounds. If a recipe calls for red or green cabbage and you're out, you could substitute Brussels sprouts, Savoy cabbage, or Napa cabbage. In a pinch, you could even substitute bok choy. Well, I do hope this helps you out. This is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Bye for now.